I'm going to be talking about Christina's choices in Les Diaboliques that really gave life to the movie. Her first choice was to divorce her husband, and a little background on that was Christina owns a boarding school where she's a teacher, and she's also married to her husband named Michelle, who directs the boarding school but isn't very doing so well. The two don't really have a bright relationship together. Michelle has a mistress named Nicole, and in France, the infamous term ménage à trois comes into play um, because it literally translates into the house of three. So there's Michelle, who has a mistress named Nicole, and his wife Christina. Michelle doesn't really care for Christina except for her money. In fact, all he wants is for her to die so he can be the owner of the school and then sell it off to forever be happy with Nicole with all that money. Christina eventually reached her peak intolerance for Michelle's actions after he yelled at her in front of all the students and the workers of the school at dinner. Christina really wants to divorce Michelle, but remember, keep in mind that the movie took place post World War II, where people are still a little bit conservative and they're very tight to their religious beliefs. Um, Particularly, I'm assuming they're Christians or Catholics, and divorce is a sin for them because Christina mentions that she does not want to go to hell for this. During the meltdown, uh, weirdly enough, the mistress Nicole offers to help Christina with her problems with Michelle by helping her pretty much get the divorce from Michelle, but that doesn't really work out. Eventually, that that help for divorce eventually helped to kill Michelle. Um, At that particular moment where Nicole is helping out Christina with her problems, some of the workers of the school saw the two together and found it ironic how Nicole was helping Christina. Everyone in the school knew about Nicole being the mistress and do not really mind it that there's a menage a trois going on at the school, but they find it rather surprising that the mistress is comforting the wife. Um, at, in France, it wasn't rare to see a menage a trois happening. In fact, it was socially okay, but you don't really see the wife being helped by the mistress. The second big decision that Christina took was to kill her husband Michel by drowning him in a tub of water after putting something in his drink. After killing him, she brought him back to the school. And in that process, Nicole was helping her out a lot on the drive home to keep the bodies hidden from everyone, and even dumping the body into the school pool so it can be later found by everyone. Christina's third and fatal decision was to find the body of her husband that did not float up from the pool the next morning. Um, there was a kid who said to have seen him in the school, but he never really appeared afterwards. Nicole is unusually calm for this, for knowing that the body has not shown up, even though she killed Michelle. While Christina is just going crazy, not knowing where the body is. She can't teach well without thinking of the body. She can't go outside without being paranoid. She's just living a mess right now. Um, but she gets a call saying that they thought that they found the body, and she was called into the morgue to identify him. While that became a false lead, she did meet Alfred Hitchett, who served on the force as a detective for 40 years, and he offers to help Christina find her missing husband. Um, in the final scene, we find out that everything was a plot of Nicole and Michelle to get rid of Christina to keep the school, and so the two can just be happy with each other and not have to worry about Christina. Christina's sleeping at night and she starts to hear noises around her house. So she goes around looking at it, seeing what's going on, and she can't seem to find anything, but the noise just keeps on moving and moving around the house. Till eventually she goes into her bathroom where she finds her husband drowning in the bathtub. And she just faints, and it was just fatal for her. She died at that moment. And once Christina fell, Michelle just got up out of the pool, took out his contact lenses that he had to fool Christina earlier in the movie, and he reunited with Nicole to be happy. You know, they're all celebrating that the two are together now and they don't have to worry about anything. They can sell the school, they'll have money. But from the darkness, here comes Alfred, just threatening the two with 15 to 20 years in prison, depending on the judge. And that was just the final part of the movie that all came about from Christina's three decisions early in the movie. Her first, to divorce her husband, which didn't turn out so well. Second decision was to kill her husband because she was persuaded by Nicole that that'd be the best thing for her. Third decision was to find her husband after everything backfired on her, and eventually it led her to her death instead of Michelle dying.